Hello there and welcome to our channel, KOAI.
Hello guys and welcome to our new channel. In this video I'm going to show you a really strong and powerful technique, Inpainting. Normally Inpainting is done with such standard workflow, in this case is Flux to Klein. But I will teach you how to use what I call StablePixel, easy workflow I realized in order to have perfect Inpaint without changing resolution. So here we see the difference. First of all, let's take a look at the result. So this is the original picture we have masked, and here we have a crop of the clothes we want to apply on our character. Let's go to the comparer. So here you can see that's the main difference. So nothing is moving other than the mask zone. So what's happening here? Basically, my workflow is making a crop of the mask zone and is working exclusively on this one, and then it will stitch them together, it will put them together seamlessly. And so we can have a perfect result, and we can work, as you can see, with higher resolution. Let's take a look at the classic Flux to Inpainting technique. Here we have the masked model. I made this with Z Turbo. As you can see, this is the standard model. It's a LoRa trained back in the days. And let's take a look at the difference. First of all, you will notice it's working everywhere, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll try to focus on the mask zone, but you will have, you see, everything is moving. So the AI will try to rebuild everything according to the reference picture. In this case, it even changed like the face and hair. The dress is good, I have to say, nothing to say, but the picture changed. This is a problem, especially in my case when I'm working with Archviz and I want to change just a vase, for example. We're gonna test it out later because it will change your picture. And then another problem, resolution. You see, this is the output and this is the original picture. So it's a small picture anyway, but anyway, he wasn't able to handle it completely. So let's take a look again at StablePixel, how it works. First of all, we need to install those custom nodes that I made specifically for this workflow. I show you later how to do it, but first let's take a look how it works. Here you will notice those nodes, and according to the workflow you want to use, you can just press on button and it will turn off useless nodes. In this case, you can see here red means one image in painting, and let's try this out. So in this case, let's go maybe on another workflow. So let's go here. We have one image in painting. The girl is wearing a silky pink tight dress. Let's run it. You can select resolution for the Inpainting, so higher this, better quality will be. I strongly recommend not to use too high resolution because it will be pointless for Flux, for example. So it's irrelevant in this case, but 1024 will be perfect. Let's wait. It's gonna take a little bit longer because I'm recording right now, so be patient, guys. And let's wait a moment. Perfect, should be done. And you see, again, the resolution stays the same. And as you can notice, nothing moved, not a single extra pixel. But you can see that he understands quite well, because you can notice that even on the arms, for example, or on the skin in general, he applies like reflections from the silky dress. And this is one image in Painting. Now let's take a look at double instead. So that in this case we can call this like 2 images, then you can rename it as you want, and we're gonna use this in this scenario. And here, if you want to customize a workflow, you can just drag and drop any nodes here and you customize it. Perfect. Let's see how it works. So let's upload a picture. Let's pick something sober, let's say. Let's try this out. So we have the image. It's too big because you see it's quite big, like for Flux to understand. So what's better to do? In this case, we have those buttons and we can press on crop. Let's apply a left click, drag and drop, and let's pick the clothes. We left click again and it is applied. Then if we need, here we have always like the dimension, so the size of the picture. We can press AI optimize and select a precise resolution. For example, normally if it's close to 500, the AI will understand much better. So I strongly recommend you to use this. In case you're gonna bump into some problem, just try to change on the activate AI optimize, especially if the picture is too small, is smaller than 500. I strongly recommend you to like deactivate this. Now let's fix a little bit the mask, because here we need a little bit the arms too. Let's fix the Inpainting. Perfect. Then we have here the resolution, and let's select 1000, so it will have higher resolution. You can try with you can play around with others like and remember that if you choose a too big resolution for the image, let's pretend this was 800 for instance, then if you make this bigger you can bump into some issue. So if you will find, for example, this character basically applied on her belly, just try to play with those values. Let's run the workflow and let's wait. A little bit of patience as well. I couldn't speak English today, so I'm really sorry, guys. Perhaps I'm going to force you all to study Italian now. Let's wait. Perfect. And let's see what happened. Really good quality. I would say is perfect. And it was a little bit a difficult example. Here, to be honest, as you can notice, what it means is that I should mask a little bit more in this case, but you can just fix the mask and it's gonna be perfect. And you see, resolution, no pixel is moving, so it's a perfect result. So this is like my workflow. Now we're gonna try with another picture. Let's try with something perfect. I prepared this. This is a render I made in Blender back in the days, and we will try this out. So, and we will compare this workflow with ChatGPT, because the problem in Archviz, for example, is that you will work with high resolution. This is not high, I know, but you understand. Normally it's 4K, 8K, whatsoever. So if you put in ChatGPT, the problem is going to be this. Let's take a look. Let's download this, ChatGPT. I just asked to replace the candle and she did an amazing job, as you can see, because by the way, it's perfectly there. But you see, the size is half of it. So we lost a lot, and something changed. Even the text is completely shattered and we lost details. Something moved a little bit. So let's try this out with our workflow. Let's apply the mask. Perfect. Maybe slightly bigger here. The candle we have here, but we're gonna use our crop function. So remember, left click, drag, and perfect. You see here is way too big, I would say. So like, let's try to put, for example, 768, and let's see how it will work. Let's apply the Inpainting resolution, and let's run on our workflow. As you can see, as you can notice, here is always like we're using the second one, that is 2 images resolution, 2 images in painting, I'm sorry. Here I added this extra node that you can use, and basically it allows you to upload elements. So if you want to use a mask, okay, an element like for example from Vray, Blender, whatsoever, you can just upload here and select the mask. The only difference are you will be forced to select 2 here. You see at the moment is picking the mask from here. In case you're using elements, just select 2 and press OK. That's quite easy to understand. Enable the nodes, and that's pretty much it. So let's see what happened. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So in this case, it came a little bit smaller. I think I could afford to pick the higher resolution, and it will be higher, but you can see that is perfect. So no extra pixel involved, as you can notice, and it's perfect, guys. It's even better than the original. The only problem perhaps that I had a little bit of dough applied here, and it doesn't apply obviously, because for this we should be more specific in the prompt. Here the prompt was simply replace the candle in image 1 with the candle in image 2, and I would say amazing. So let's try to save and let's open it. So let's try to compare with ChatGPT now. This was ChatGPT. Perfect. So ChatGPT, make it bigger. I can make it bigger too, like just applying more in paint area and resolution bigger. You can see here it's a little bit blurry, text destroyed, everything moved. Let's try to compare. Like sadly I'm too lazy to put in Photoshop or whatsoever, so we're gonna be happy with this, guys. Let's zoom on the candle. Look at the difference, guys. Is massive in my opinion. Is massive. So first of all, we have an absolute precision. So let's pretend that ChatGPT doesn't understand. In this case, it was quite simple because the candle was well visible, and it was crazy easy. But you see, the rest is perfectly the same. Nothing was touched. Resolution intact. The resolution changed, and in my opinion, that's absolutely massive. Now we will try to run again the workflow just to see if we can make slightly bigger, because we want a little bit bigger perhaps. I'll try to make like this. Perfect. And now now everything should be fine. Let's see like this, if it's going to be able to handle it and what's gonna happen. Patient, guys. Oh, I decided to use my small computer with a 4070 Super, because I feel when I'm using the 5090, like 148 gigabytes of RAM and whatsoever, it's a problem because no one has it. So, and even here you see, fantastic job, like perfectly there, and no extra pixel involved. In this case, we could be more specific, like to keep, for example, the flame. Somehow earlier you still had it, but we haven't been so specific, so it did a wonderful job. And again, resolution is the same. So in StablePixel, you can download this in our Telegram group. I'm gonna open it today, and you will have some note, so you can understand what you're doing, and it should be quite easy. You don't need to touch literally anything. Just remember, sometimes it will reset itself, like when you like generating something, my node might reset. Perhaps I'm gonna update in the future. I'm gonna let you know. And then that's pretty much it. I think we're done. We just, at this point, we will see just how to install our custom nodes. So let's go in ComfyUI. You will download them. So once you downloaded, wait a moment, let's go in workflow. I apologize, guys. It's a little bit messy here. Perfect. My nodes. In this case, you will download those nodes. You will simply go in ComfyUI. So let's restart ComfyUI. Perfect. And here we will find custom nodes. You see custom nodes. You just drag and drop. So you copy paste here whatsoever. Once you install them, you will just go in ComfyUI, manager, restart, and they will be working. And once you installed, you just press KO. You will have KO resolution. Once again, KO. On-off manager in case you need for other workflows. And this is really useful. So because you can crop without catching the picture. So like this, AI optimize, and that's pretty much it. You cropped already the image. I think they are fantastic. They made my job much smoother. So tell me if you like the tutorial, and please support the channel, because I spent a crazy amount of time realizing this, and I'm giving away for free, and I think is a really powerful workflow. For other workflows or LoRa's, we're gonna make other tutorials if you like, and if this video will succeed even a little bit, so please support the channel. Next video, because a lot of people, like thousands of people, have been asking me, I'm going to make a video how to train LoRa's